Musicians sometimes use a metronome to maintain a constant tempo. We can easily construct a metronome in TuneScope. The way we'll do that is by creating a new costume, and we click Costume tab and then the paintbrush. We'll select Vector and select the circle for the bottom of the metronome. If I select black and right click, it'll then allow me to use a circle that can then be filled with black. If I hold down the Shift key, I get a perfect circle. Now I'm going to create the top part of the metronome by selecting the line tool, and I am going to increase the width to 6 or 7, and then if I hold down the Shift key, I'll get a perfectly straight line for the top part of the metronome. At this point, I'll use the selection tool to select the line, and it's then can drag it over, put it the bottom right in the center of the circle. At this stage, I now want to adjust the rotation center, and currently it rotates about the center, but I'd actually like to have it rotate at the bottom, around the bottom axis of the metronome. Click OK, and then I will have my metronome. I'll need to show the metronome and drag it over in the center of the screen. Once I've done that, I can use the motion commands to move it back and forth. If I select the point and direction tool, 90 degrees will be straight up, but if I'd like it to move over to the right, I can tell it to move over to 120 degrees and it'll move over to the right. If I duplicate that, then I'll go back to the left and maybe tell it to go back to 60 degrees. And by doing that, I can cause it to move back and forth. I can now create a metronome by asking it to rest for a certain length of time, say a quarter of a beat. If I duplicate that, each time I click this sequence of code, it will move back and forth one time, but I can make it move back and forth repeatedly by dropping it into a forever loop. And if I'd like to increase the tempo, I can use the set tempo command to move it up to 100 beats per minute, or if I want to slow it back down, I can enter 50 beats per minute, and it'll go a little bit more slowly. So here you have a metronome that you can use to keep a certain pace as you record a song.